Hello, this is Rajesh here. We're doing a session on PiVerb. Just want to have a general chat first for the first 2-3 minutes to make sure that the technology is. This is Rajesh here. We're doing a session on PiVerb. Audio is clear. Whether the video is clear. General chat first for the first 2-3 minutes to make sure that the technology is. Reading is Rajesh here in the comments to see a session on PiVerb. Audio is clear. Whether the video is clear. General chat first for the first 2-3 minutes to make sure that the technology is. Hear me clearly. This is Rajesh here. See the picture to see a session on PiVerb. Audio is clear. Exactly 5 o'clock. General chat first for the first 2-3 minutes to make sure that the technology is. Hear me clearly. This is Rajesh here. See the picture to see a session on PiVerb. Audio is clear. Exactly 5 o'clock. This is new. We're doing lots of hello, hear me clearly. So Rajesh here. See that we just wanted to have a session where we could describe how exactly PiVerb this is new. We're doing lots of hello, hear me clearly. So Rajesh here. See that we just wanted to have a session teaching session describe how exactly PiVerb. After this we will go on to a long session on Q&A. So call here. See that we just wanted to have a session teaching session describe how exactly PiVerb. After this we will go on to a long session on Q&A. So call here. Yeah. There is some audio echo apparently. I'm looking into that. So I will shut it down. I'm finding some screen where it is acting, so I'm going to look to shut that down so that the echo is not coming in. I think I have shut it down. I think I've reduced the echo on all the windows where possibly echo could come. So I think we should be good to go. Hopefully the echo should be done. I know you're all commenting saying echo is there, but that's because I'm a little ahead, so I understand that echo was there for a while. I think I have fixed it. Do ping me if echo still appears after that. Audio echo has been fixed. Thank you so much. Wonderful. So I'm going to just give a broad outline of what we're going to do today and then dive in and do that. I've broken this into 3 parts. And one, we're going to do a quick demo of how the PiVerb sign-up process works on DAV. And so it's very simple, very straightforward. I want to just outline that. Then we're going to give a short bit on what is this PiVerb all about. What is the idea behind PiVerb, why we do this, all of that. Then we'll open for Q&A, questions and answers. And you can have whatever questions you have on PiVerb, on mathematics, on school system, anything you can shoot. If it's on PiVerb, I know what I'm talking about. Something else that I don't know, I'll say I don't know. Right? So this is for a lot of students. So if you have friends, relatives, cousins who should be watching this, please take some time out and send the link out to them, because within 15 minutes we'll move on to Q&A, and that could be a very useful session to have a bunch of things clarified. And so please do send SMS or WhatsApp or text, whatever it is, to friends who should be in this session attending, and who for some reason are not there. Please do send them. I think now the video issue is fixed, audio is fixed, mic is clear now, there is no echo. So I'm going to do the first part, which is how to sign up to the PiVerb platform. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen and then take you through the process of signing up for PiVerb through the davchennai.org website to go through that and see how the sign up process can happen. First, I'm going to share my screen and then we'll take it from there. Wonderful. I'm going to remove this and remove this and maybe put this on and put this on. Wonderful. I hope you can see the screen now. I'm going to move on to, suppose you're signing up anew, then you will say davchennai.org and then click that website. Wonderful website opens up, and after a while this model thing goes off to be replaced with this, which we can then close. And you can select whichever school you're part of, click that, and then it enters onto that website. Right? Now on this home screen, you see a bunch of tabs here: home, about, management, achievements, etc., etc. Right here is this thing called online math. Click that. Right? Onto this, you have to type in your email address and password. Now, email address is whatever on Microsoft ID that you have got. That is going to be your email address. And password is going to be exactly everything that appears before the @ symbol. And so, suppose you have an email address which is thor007 at boysmgp.onmicrosoft.com. then your password would be THOR007. Obviously, this is not an actual ID, because then you have all your actual IDs, sign in using that. And so this is not an actual ID. So this is not something that you would use to sign in with, but each of you, each student has an actual ID that you can sign up with. So you can sign in with that and then enter into this. Just remember that whatever on Microsoft ID you use for signing up for regular classes, the same ID we use for PiVerb also. And the password is everything that appears before the @ symbol. And you click here, this wrong email address and password combination because it's not registered. So I'm going to put in something that is registered. I thought I'll have some fun. Unfortunately, the system is not letting me have fun. And so this is 10,001. And I'm signing in and getting through. The moment I enter into the system, I sign in and put in the password, it asks for mobile verification. So I put 950014245, which is not my number. I'm just typing in a random number. And then you click on send verification code. It'll send an OTP. Right? So obviously I'm not going to fill in the OTP process, but this is what will happen for the verification code. You will get an OTP, and then you type in, you will enter into the system. Where will you enter? You will enter right about here. And so I've already set this up because I did not want to share a mobile address and a mobile number and an OTP with the whole world. So we've not demonstrated that process, but once you click the OTP, you will land at this place. Right? So this class 6 math is what you're already registered onto, what you've already signed up for. And so 7 and 8 are available, 6 is there, but what you've already signed up for is what you're going to learn from. So if you're in class 6 will appear here. If you're in class 7 will appear here. 8 will appear here. The others will be shown. So it's like when you put your email address and password, you're entering into a school. When you put in the mobile number OTP, that means you've got registered with the school. Remember that the mobile number and OTP is to be done only for the first time. For the first time, you have to do that. After that, mobile number OTP is not required. All you have to remember is you're on Microsoft ID, and the first part is password. So you put that ID and the password, you're through. Mobile number and OTP will be required for the first time you sign up, but not after that. After this, you click onto this. Once you're here, you're onto the learning interface. And so what happens in the learning interface? You have a bunch of topics on the right. The right hand side panel is effectively the entire table of contents. Whatever is there in your textbook will appear here. And so whatever is prescribed for class 6 will appear on the right. So everything that you're going to learn this year will be available here. And within whole numbers, you want to see what is there. Each of those lessons, what is there? Number line definition, addition on the number line, subtraction on the number line. Each of those will be present. You can click on any one thing and then you can start learning. How do I start learning? Generally for each lesson, there's a video. You can click on this video, then that video starts playing. Wonderful. I'm going to put whole numbers mute on this because you'll hear 2 volumes. There'll be an echo. But there is this person who's teaching, not this person. I am teaching on that video screen that you can see. And this entire lesson on whole numbers, successor and predecessor gets discussed through this video. This is like YouTube. All of us have seen YouTube. The one advantage over YouTube is whatever is appearing in terms of video here will also appear in terms of slides. And then once you're done, you click this, it says mark as complete and go to next. That means this is marked as complete. You have finished this. So it puts a little tick here and it tells you that you have completed this topic. Every single topic is set as a set of lessons here. If you look at this component on the right hand side, which is your table of contents effectively, has a series of lessons, each with videos and slides. And then if you keep on doing all of these, right at the end, there is a bunch of tests that are there. Number line 1 quiz, number line 2 quiz. That means there are 2 quizzes sitting inside here. If you go to playing with numbers, you see all these lessons, you finish all of those, and then come right to the bottom, you'll see a bunch of tests. Quiz, HCF and LCM 1 quiz, HCF and LCM 2 quiz, prime numbers quiz, prime numbers 2, playing with numbers. So each lesson, there are a bunch of videos which describe the concept. There are questions even in those, which you have to answer, which you have to figure out what's happening, try to understand the funda by solving questions. Those are there even in the videos and lessons, but the big quizzes appear right at the end. Now, if you want to take a quiz, what do? You click on this quiz. This lesson has not yet been released. Why? Because the DAV school will release it on a particular date. So this one has not yet been released. So I'm going to think about something that's already been released. Knowing our numbers, we should be able to find something that's already been released. So face value and place value. You'll reach a point where you can say take test. Take test. Because I've not verified my mobile number, it asks for it again. So I'm going to sign out of this. I'll come for that later on. But you go to the learning interface, you can answer a bunch of questions sitting there. Right? That's about it. The learning part is pretty straightforward. I think I've come out of this. It's again asking me for mobile verification because that number, I don't have a mobile verified for it. Forget about it. I think we've covered most of the part. If the learning part we want to cover again, I'll come back for that. So the key thing here is the entire interface is available on the right hand side. So everything that you need to learn is available on that side. So I'm going to go back to the original interface that we have. I'm not going to have the display capture. So if it is possible, if time permits, we will do the final part one more time on the demo, just to see how we can sign up, how we can demonstrate, how to check that out, all of that. Now I'm going to go back to the screen part and then come back to see if there are any comments and queries and doubts on how we go through this. So I'm assuming that all of you have tried this, all of you have signed up, all of you have put in the OTP, all of you have verified that and checked that. Fine. So now I'm going to talk about what this PiVerb idea is about. If possible, towards the end, we will do one more round of demo and see how we can sign up and see the process. And so the sign up process is straightforward. Everything you want to see is on the table of contents. You can click and see the lessons. You can click and take the test, and you can see what your test performance is. Right? Now, what is the idea behind PiVerb course? What do we do in PiVerb? We basically mimic everything that is done in school. So your entire syllabus for school is available online. So whatever you learn in math on the school is completely okay. I'm getting the feedback that I'm speaking a little fast, so I'm going to slow down. Fine. Sorry about that. So I will slow down. Wonderful. You can ask doubt. I'm going to finish in another 7-8 minutes. Then we'll have a full session for Q&A, questions and answers. Fine. So what is PiVerb about? Everything that you learn in school is going to be available on a digital virtual platform. What do I mean by that? Every topic that you learn in school, every single idea in the book is available in PiVerb. As far as math is concerned, everything is taught from scratch. And for every topic, there are a bunch of tests. So whatever you learn in school, you can learn one more time online, and you can take a bunch of tests for practice and to know where you stand. The idea is you spend about at least 2 to 3 hours each week during math. So you have to learn and solve. And so the course is in sync with whatever happens in school. What do I mean by that? If the school has scheduled something for June and July, you'll also be able to do the exact same things in June and July. The school releases something in August, that will also get released in PiVerb. This is not an independent product. This is an accompanying product. Whatever you do in your school, in your class, the exact same topics will be available online. You can learn online and you can take tests online. Whatever test you score, you will get your score and marks for it. You can check out the solutions. You can verify how well you have done, and you can view solutions for it. Now, what is the idea behind each of these tests? What is the idea behind doing PiVerb like this? We believe that there is the teaching component. There's some reinforcement that we can do. So sometimes you understand math really well, but sometimes something is missing, and you want to understand that from fundamentals, and you want to understand it from absolute basics, so that your foundation is absolutely fantastic. And if that is going to happen only when it is reinforced relentlessly. And so keep that in. The whole idea is to teach a lot of theory with absolute basics in mind and do a lot of tests with detailed solutions. The entire PiVerb platform is for learning. So there's a lot of fundamental teaching and a lot of solutions for different questions. Now, What do we do in the question solutions? For every single question that you solve on the platform, detailed video solutions are available. Not mild solutions, not an overview, not text-based, not just the answer, but detailed video solutions are available for every single question that's out there. Right? So there is video solution for every concept, every question, and video explanation for every funda, every concept. So you can learn everything out there, and you can solve. And every time you solve, you can see the solution, and you can see the answer and your scorecard, and you can see detailed video solutions as well. So how many tests are there? Roughly, we're planning to have 60 tests for each class. We are in class 6 standard. There'll be 60 tests for it. So you'll have 20 tests in each term. Each term is roughly 10 weeks, leaving out your midterm exam, end-term exam, and sports day and annual day. Roughly 10 weeks. Each week you cover some topic and 2 tests. Will all topics have the same number of tests? No. Some topics are small, they'll have only 1 or 2 tests. Some topics are larger, they'll have 5-6 tests. Depending on the weightage for the topic, the number of tests will also be high. And how do you know your performance? Once you finish the test, you'll know how much you've scored. You'll know your test scores for all the tests. Parents, we will be emailing detailed reports, or we'll be sharing detailed reports with parents. Your email addresses, if they are not available with us, we will be sending it through a link in SMS. But I would request you to go to just the dashboard, click and see the dashboard, and you can see that thing. You can see the entire performance on the dashboard very clearly, very easily. And so I would strongly urge parents to have a look at the platform and have a look at the analytics. Keep an eye on how many tests are being done at least once or twice a term. The technology part, the platform part, the sharing part, where to click, what to click, that students will discover. And so once they are given half an hour with it, they'll know. I've learned stuff from them which I didn't know existed on the technology. And so that learning they'll figure out in minutes. But sometimes they might miss out on some tests. They might think they've completed everything, but they've not. In that case, you'll have to come back and nudge them and say, okay, let's finish all of this. Go through the reports, go through the dashboard, look at their performance, think about how much time they have spent, think about where the errors are coming from. We will also be sending the entire scores, analytics, report cards of all the students to the math teachers in the schools. The DAV school system will have access to the entire performance. That's going to be some form is going to be part of the internal assessment in some form. I don't know how exactly it is going to be, but how much students have done, how much they have completed, how well they have done, the teachers will know, and the department will know, and the overall report even the principals will receive. And so this is completely in sync with the school syllabus. So each student, your own performance in tests, your analytics, where you stand, how much you have scored, what is right, what is wrong, how much time you have spent, all that will be available. And if for the teachers, they'll get the report of all the students who are with them, the entire database. Fine. Wonderful. So I've covered what PiVerb is about, how to sign in, how to sign up. So I'll introduce the team as well. So my name is Rajesh. I run PiVerb. So I've done all the classes, all the videos for all questions, all solutions, all theory. And so I'm an engineer. So I finished my engineering from IIT Madras in 2001. I did an MBA from IIM Bangalore in 2003. I'm sure students don't understand any of this, but parents might know. So I worked in the banking sector for about 7-8 years. I started teaching at the beginning of the decade, 2010. And I run a coaching company or online for CAT, the entrance exam CAT, which is for MBA. But I've always been interested in teaching math for school kids, for middle school especially, before they start getting hungover with every mark and every bit and every score, every half mark. I'm interested in teaching fundamentals, basics, ideas, concepts, which has been the idea behind PiVerb. So we think that everything, I believe everything has to be taught from first principles. If the students are told the test of divisibility for 4 is to check the last 2 digits, they should know why. Why should we check the last 2? Why is it enough to check just 2? Why should we not check 3? Why does it mean that all the digits before the last 2 are not relevant? Why is the same test of divisibility not applicable for 3? What is special about the test of divisibility by 9? Why is it enough to just add all the digits? Why does the place value not matter at all? Those kind of questions are the questions our students should be asking. At least somebody should be asking them, and they should think and be able to figure out and understand and at least try and make sense of mathematics. And so that is the idea behind the PiVerb course. I want to demystify it, make it very intuitive, very natural. So maths is a subject that divides people into big fans. People love mathematics, or they develop a phobia for it. And we want to make sure that the ones who love math have something to feed their interest online. And those who end up developing a mild phobia for it, they come over that phobia. They don't go into that part where they don't understand some basic ideas. Therefore, they can live comfortably. They conquer that fear, which is why I want to start early, class 6 onwards. Right? Rest of the team, PiVerb is completely run by Karthi. So you will be hearing from Karthi more than from me. He runs the technology part, the operational part, the management part. So anything related to the system, Karthi is the person. He understands the technology and course structure and scheduling and course of study with DAV and with coordinators way better than anyone else. And his understanding of how the PiVerb course should be consumed is phenomenal. So if at any point of time you have an issue with how to sign up, how to traverse the course, how to take value from the course, please pick up the phone, reach out to him and have a conversation. I like teaching, but understanding the product, he's the guy. And so anytime you have a question on why there are infinitely many twin primes, then I'm happy to discuss that. But if you want to know how to take value from the PiVerb course, then it's definitely Karthi whom you should reach out to. Wonderful. I think we've covered the basic ground on what PiVerb is about and how to sign up. I want to we can see, maybe log in one more time towards the end and then show the whole login process all over again. And I just want to see if that can be verified and checked one more time. But now it's time for questions. So is there any questions on PiVerb? Shoot, now is a good time. So I'm going to wait and take questions on PiVerb. I'm not going to take any questions on why I am like this or why we use this technology, none of that. Fine. So what is any questions on PiVerb? So post any question that you might be understood on, that you might want to have some clarity on PiVerb, why this math course, how this works, all of that, please. Now is a good time. So I think students have been dominating the comment box, which I can see the flavor there completely. Fine. So I would obviously questions from parents where you might have more questions, more relevant questions. So please post them. Our school second chapter in 8th is square and square roots, but in PiVerb second chapter is linear equations. So we've taken the course of study and adapted the internal course with that. There might be the odd topic that goes up and down because they might have changed their mind, or we might have put it in a slightly different order. You can click on squares and square roots and access that. Sometimes it's showing us loading. Could be due to a variety of reasons. Could be internet connection. So one thing that works, please open this with Chrome. Other browsers don't work. Open with Chrome. Chrome works. Right? And clearing cache really helps. So to reach out to us, we will do this. What is the fees? There's no fees for it. There is a fees for it. There is an amount that we charge on a per student basis, but that is taken up by DAV. Parents don't have to pay a fees for it. DAV has been kind enough to say, okay, we are taking up this product, we will pay for all our students. And so you don't have to pay anything. It's something that taking value from it is the number one thing, number one priority. How much time will it take to, one second, how much time will it take to end? It's going to be available through the year. Fine, it's available throughout the year. So you click, so each course, each class appears when the same thing is being taught in school. So they've scheduled geometry for September, geometry will get released in September. If they've scheduled integers for July 15th, integers will get released on July 15th. But once it is released, it'll be available throughout. And so, and the course is going to be available throughout this year for the entire academic year. And there's one thing I forgot to say, the entire course can be accessed anytime, anywhere, and any number of times. It's completely unrestricted. You take a test, you see the solution, you can see the solutions many times. You want to retake the test, you can retake the test and then see the solution. For all analytics, the first attempt is taken. So students, if you're taking this test, take it very seriously. If you get 9 out of 10 in the first attempt, only that counts. If you get 4 out of 10 in the first attempt and 9 out of 10 in the second attempt, the 9 out of 10 doesn't count, only the 4 counts. Whatever marks you get when you're attempting it for the first time, that's your score. You can take it again for learning. Right? So we will show one more round of demo in the end, maybe after another half an hour. Okay. Is it for school exams or competitive exams? For both. Fine. So for school, it covers the entire syllabus, but for 6th, 7th, 8th for competitive exam, most of that is based on the school syllabus. So in our questions, each test of 10 questions, there are 6 regular questions and 4 HOTS questions. So we'll make sure that the fundamentals are in place. We'll teach everything, push them a little further, and then give the solution as well for that. Fine. So everything that is covered in school, the basics will get covered. And then when it comes to the slightly tougher one, the HOTS question, we'll cover that also. And after we cover that, we will push them a little further when you're asking some couple of tricky questions, which we'll again discuss in solutions. Right? So it is for school exams and competitive exams. How much time will it take to end? The course is going to be available throughout for the whole year. Right? How many times I can see video? You can see the video any number of times. The learning video any number of times. Solution video any number of times. The final demo, I'll take you through it one more time right at the end. I'm just going through questions. Any doubts? How will they be cleared? Any doubts you have on specific things, please take it to your math teachers. If it's a doubt and something that needs to be fixed, we'll add a subsequent video again. But the math teachers will be able to solve almost all the doubts straight away. Only one test for one day. There are any number of tests. We'll be adding more tests as well. On an average, we should be doing 2 or 3 tests every week. 2 is a good number to go every week. Suppose you miss a week, next week you should do 4. How many worksheets per chapter? Depending on the chapter. Shorter chapters will have about 8 to 10 teaching concepts and 2 tests. The larger chapters will have 14, 15 teaching chapters and 5 tests. It depends on the length of the topic. How to log in, we'll do all over one more time. We're going to have a session tomorrow as well. So don't worry about that. We will cover how to log in. Do the test have time control? No. Each test will be available for any stretch of time. You can take it for an hour if that is long. How long it takes to you. Don't worry about doing questions quickly. You just have to get them right. Speed is not important. Accuracy is everything. Will it not be confusing if both you and our teacher teach? Of course not. Of course not. I'm sure all of you follow cricket. If you have to win, if you have 10 overs and 80 to score, the striker and the non-striker, if both batsmen score, it's good. So we're not going to say something contradictory. The idea of integers or decimals, there is no different interpretations. Minus into minus is plus. Your teacher is going to say that. I'm also going to say that. She's going to find one way to make sure it sticks in your mind. I'm going to find one more way to make sure it sticks in your mind. It'll just be 2 interesting methods. Very often it'll be the same method. Even if it is not, it is 2 ways. One or the other could fall in place for you. So there's absolutely no reason why you can't learn from 2 sources. Invalid login. This happens every now and then. This is happening because please go to davchennai.org, click there and go. Don't go to PiVerb.com. See, PiVerb is a company that offers online math courses. It offers my online math course to DAV, to several other schools, and to people who just want to click and buy. So if somebody who you don't know, who's not from your school, wants to try this out, ask them to go to PiVerb.com, click, sign up, see. But for all the DAV students, please don't go to PiVerb.com, go to davchennai.org, sign in through that. Through that, in this PiVerb thing, a separate room has been created for DAV, for all the DAV students. So your course is loaded and available there. It will not be available on PiVerb.com. Right? So you're all in DAV. So you go to DAV school and learn. One day you suddenly don't go up to Alpha school and learn. and you're DAV students. So you'll go to DAV and learn like that. For PiVerb, you go to davchennai.org, click and learn. Don't go to piverb.com. The invalid login issue comes only if the learning part is only the sign up is on a different page on piverb.com. Don't go to piverb.com. Go to davchennai.org. That way you will be taken to the DAV part of PiVerb. How long will each class be? Simple topics are short classes. Longer topics are long classes. If you take a topic like integers, just the learning part will take 3-4 days, and then the test will take there might be 5 tests to it. So integers will have to be covered over 2 to 3 weeks. In your school, they'll cover it over even longer time. So whenever they're doing it in school, reinforce it at home by learning both the ideas and doing the practice. How is it different from Khan Academy and Byju's? It's very interesting, very interesting. And Khan Academy is a beautiful, beautiful place to learn from. And so they do a wonderful job. So every time we are unclear about something, we now have the habit of saying if Khan Academy has a good explanation. So they're a very good place to learn from. In many ways, the way we teach, the way the course is structured, is similar to Khan Academy. And so Khan Academy believes extensively in learning from absolute basics, in teaching the funda and the idea behind the funda, teaching the concept, explaining everything in detail, all of that. We do that as well. So we will not bypass any steps. We will not give you some fancy shortcuts, nothing. We'll explain everything from scratch, right? Which is what they do as well on Academy. And so, whereas PiVerb is like another teacher for math. So everything in your class 6 is available on the table of contents on the right. Everything that is prescribed is already readily available. And so keep that in mind. The second thing, Khan Academy does a lot of teaching where there is available for the concept explainer, but not for each question. So Khan Academy, when you solve questions, they'll tell you that this is the answer, and you have to go to the concept part video to reinforce the idea. Whereas we'll do a lot of videos for concept explanation and a separate video for each question. And is there an app? There is an app, but the app we're holding on to it. We will be releasing the app in 2-3 months time. We're doing some testing, and we need to make sure that it shows the DAV part of PiVerb. So that will come in some time. Wonderful. Will you take attendance? This is like homework. We will know exactly how much time you have spent, exactly how many questions you've got right, exactly how many tests you have taken and when you have taken them. And all that information is going to be shared with the teachers and principals. So even though physical attendance is not taken, exactly what you do is captured and communicated. Will there be live classes or online classes? Everything is recorded. We plan to add live classes as well, but we want to do that after students are comfortable with this. Once they are comfortable with the basic ideas and how the PiVerb platform works and all of that, after that we'll move on to live classes. Probably happen sometime in the second half of August. I'm student of FIT JEE preparing for JEE Advanced. I feel like giving them. This is not. Don't worry about JEE Advanced now. At maximum, you are in class 8. Learn the basics well. Learn the ideas well. You're going to take your JEE earliest like 5 years from now. So don't worry about it. Right now, learn the basics well. Learn fundamentals well. Is there a way you can have an agreement with the school? Can an entire class take up a particular test on a particular day of the week? Next day discuss. We're trying different formats now, so we will keep this idea in place. We are probably going to add a few model exam type tests before their quarterly exams, or after a few tests are completed, after a few chapters are completed. We can have a test at a specific time and then get that discussed. There's nothing preventing us from doing it. Right now, we want the learning interface to be as open as possible. Every time we restrict it, if we say Friday evening 7 to 9 is a test, then something else can come. Students might end up not taking it. So we will have some restricted time window test. On Thursday you take the test, and on Friday you have the discussion there. We will have there as well. We will discuss it with the school, but right now that is not from the part. What is the app name which you will put on? It will be called PiVerb DAV. Once you search in PiVerb or DAV, you will be able to get that. live class we've already covered. And so please talk loudly. I will talk loudly. What is your name? My name is Rajesh. My name is Rajesh Balasubramanian. You can find my profile, everything. The reports of your test status will be sent to school regularly. So please take the test. That is correct. Fine. So all the chapters are there. The chapters will get released according to the course of study from the school. All the chapters will get covered eventually. But right now, all of them might not be there. Some will be there. Because they'll get released as and when the school is teaching that. We will stay completely in sync with the school. If school is teaching something on August, we'll also be teaching the same thing in August. Is it available for all classes? No, it's only for 6th, 7th and 8th. If you're interested, can you give more questions? Definitely. We will be adding more questions any which way. Password is your sign in. Whatever you're using for sign up, everything before the @ symbol will be your password. Not available for all classes. It's available for classes 6, 7, 8. Is there an online class? The entire course is online. We'll be doing live classes also online. Will today and tomorrow be the same? Broadly, yes. We might have some new questions, different questions, but it's broadly going to be the same. Is it compulsory to join PiVerb? Yes. PiVerb is offered by DAV without an additional cost. Even if it were not compulsory, you should take it up so that you learn more. So square and square roots invalidate because the school has not released it yet. This is from Kritik Elarasan. The class might be available, but it won't be available right now because the school is saying we are going to teach it next week. Please release it only next week. It will be released whenever the school says please release it. So I don't want to start off and teach stuff before the school has released it. And there was a question on how is it different from Khan Academy and Byju's. We discussed vis-a-vis Khan Academy, but not with Byju's. And so Byju's is a product that is heavily animated. So everything is with pictures and lights and color. And so sometimes the learning aspect is not clear. Only the animation aspect is clear. So everything is flying and shown colorfully rather than it being in depth. For us, learning is primary. The fundamental organic understanding is primary. So everything we teach will be with the idea to reinforce the learning part, not with the idea to make it fancy. Very often I find the Byju's interface to be more fancy and not sufficiently clear on fundamentals. For PiVerb, fundamentals will be the number one criteria. Can I watch the video anytime? Definitely. You can watch it anytime, any number of times. Why is it mandatory? Because the school has said all the students should take up PiVerb and learn from that. It's like how homework is mandatory. If homework is mandatory, this is also mandatory. We will have daily live class like this. No, it won't be there. The live class, this is just a class to give an idea of what PiVerb is about, how to sign up and access, and how to find different sections inside there. Today, should you take test? Definitely. Click sign in at the end of the session, click sign in, take test, and make sure you score 10 out of 10. How is it a lot different from integrated courses in other schools? Integrated courses, I don't know how they are, but they're usually for a JEE or for a NEET or for 11th and 12th. This is for 6th, 7th, 8th, for younger students. This is to reinforce whatever they're teaching in school. This is pretty much like an integrated course. So you learn something in classroom, you learn something online, you practice some homework in classes, you do some test online at home. Between these two, we'll have everything covered. Wonderful. I'm just looking at some of the comments, some of the questions out there. So can we ask questions in the test? Whatever questions you have, they'll have to be directed to the teachers. And ask the teachers, they will be able to clarify. Meaning of PiVerb. Pi is pi, 22 by 7. One of the most fascinating numbers around. It's not equal to 22 by 7. It's approximately 22 by 7. Verb is verb from English, action word. So it's a grammar connotation. So it's grammar of mathematics. So the idea is to unravel mathematics and understand the language of mathematics. How is it different from Akash? I really don't know. I've not checked out Akash. What is the time for tomorrow live class? We have a session just like this tomorrow at 5 o'clock. If you've attended this, then you don't need to attend it. How many tests you should take for a week? At least 2, maybe more if you can. Is the test tough? Some are tough, some are easy. .1415 for pi. That's correct. That's exactly correct. PiVerb, your own company. I'm not answering that one. What should we learn for JEE? Learn your basics really well. You'll be able to get everything clearly. Where will we see the marks for the test? Anywhere. You sign in, you will get. Olympiad, you will automatically get cleared, selected, qualify for Olympiad and do well in it if you do these tests. So you practice and you have an eye on learning the basics, you will automatically do well in Mindspark. Mindspark is run by EI, so they focus a lot on testing. We focus a lot on teaching. Mindspark will give you lots of tests and scores and answers and scorecards and analytics. We spend a lot of time in teaching and explaining and finding different ways of thinking, building the logical power with math as a tool, not just testing. Can we log in any number of devices using same login and password? Yes, you can. It works best with Chrome. So please do sign in through Chrome, the browser Chrome. But that is the only criteria. You can now log in anything. We tried through DAV org, but sign in is not working. Please reach out to us. Ping us, send us an email at karthi@piverb.com. We'll help you out in whatever. It is definitely possible. Fine. So we know the data. Almost 75% of DAV students, or large number of DAV students, have already signed up. Fine. So it is definitely there's no glitch there. Maybe it's the odd correction with some password or some letter missing. Please do send us an email. We'll help you with the sign-in process. Can there be a quicker way of approaching a question? So definitely. Solution will give you the textbook method and a juicy method and a shortcut method, everything. PiVerb is worldwide. Yes, it is worldwide. Any student from anywhere in the world can access it. We cover way more than what the Indian prescribed syllabus covers. We've looked at content from many countries and then put it together. It is definitely worldwide. In integers, any number divided by 0 is 0. No, it is not. When 0 divided by any non-zero number is 0. Anything by 0 is not 0. What do you think about math? I think maths is endlessly fascinating. What is the timetable? The timetable is exactly what the school is doing, the course of study. What is the motto of PiVerb? Make math intuitive. Make sure that people understand math intuitively. Is there any negative marking? Definitely. So wherever questions have multiple choice, there's definitely negative marking. Is PiVerb only for math? Definitely only for math. It comes wrong password or email. What do? Your email is correct. You've changed your password. That means it can come as wrong password. Then you put forgot password. Otherwise, the password will not be wrong. Sign in again. It should work. Why PiVerb when the same is being taught at school? Another way to reinforce. Having the same teacher teach everything helps. Having the same teacher for classes 6, 7 and 8 gives continuity. If one idea you forget, then you can get it reinforced. A teacher can teach only once, but in online you can view it 14 times if you want. The teacher can only look at so much homework. Here, because it is technology wise, you'll know your score. You can see the same solution 100 times till you get clarity. All those advantages are available online, which is why it helps to have both. Will it help to score good marks in school exams? Most definitely, yes. Commercial terms, there are no commercial terms. At the PiVerb, there are commercial terms. There is an amount that needs to be paid for it, but the DAV system, the school has already signed up for it. Whatever needs to be paid has been paid for by DAV. Individual parents need not pay. When will we get our assignment question? They're already there. You sign in, you can take test today. Your school name, I'm not going to share that. I studied in 8 different schools, right? Can we join at any time to PiVerb? Definitely yes. PiVerb is only for math. Yes, it is only for math. Wonderful. I think we've more or less covered all the relevant questions. We've covered everything there. I'm going to go back to sharing the screen and then doing one more round of demo. Why only test, nothing else? There's concept, teaching videos, explanation videos, sample questions, simple ideas, and tests tested on top of that. How does PiVerb help speed up problem solving clicks? Wonderfully taught from basics and tons of questions to practice from, all with detailed video explanations. Does it consume so much internet? Definitely not. If YouTube is running, PiVerb can run. It is less heavy than YouTube. It consumes less bandwidth than YouTube. Neelakandan, we've already responded to that question many times over. That's why I'm not replaying the same thing over and over again. We have responded to that question many times over. Is it must to attend daily classes? Not daily, but on a weekly basis, you should clear it. It is part of your system. Okay. Wonderful. So I'm going to stop this part and I'm going to go do a demo one more time just to outline how this works. Fine. So let's see if I can shift to display capture. Then remove this part clearly. Remove the image so we can see my display. That part is working fine. I'm going to go all over again to davchennai.org and then click at online math. Then I have an ID that's already available. Then MB0001. So what have I done here? I go to DAV website, and then on this website online math is available. I click that. Once I click that, I arrive at the screen. And once I click on DAV Chennai online math, I arrive at the screen. So go to the davchennai.org page. On that menu, there's one link called online math. If you click that, you will arrive at this page. When you arrive at this page, enter the on Microsoft ID that you've been provided by the school. This is what you use for attending all the classes. And all the sessions you use this ID for, use that same ID that you use to go to the Microsoft team classes, the same thing. So use the same email address, the password, everything that comes before the @ symbol. So MB0001, MB0001, everything that comes before that @ symbol, that is automatically your password. Once you enter the password, you will enter into it. The first time you enter, you will be asked to enter your mobile number and OTP. But subsequent attempts, you won't need mobile number and OTP. Right? Click on this. The moment you click on this, you get the entire table of contents on the right. So there's knowing your numbers, whole numbers, playing with numbers, basic geometrical ideas, integers, decimals. All of these are topics for class 6 inside your NCERT books, inside whatever this curriculum that the school follows. We mimic that exactly. Under each topic, all the ideas discussed under that topic will be there. Definition, number line definition, addition, subtraction, multiplication, closure, commutative, everything that is discussed or that is available present in the textbook is available here. And each idea is not just available as in this format on the right. Each one is discussed as a detailed video inside. Each idea is discussed as a video. On the video, we use a slide and we use explanations. I've muted the volume from the video, but otherwise there'll be 2 volumes. Everything that is there on the slide, like a blackboard and chalk piece, whatever we discuss, we will outline we'll write down and discuss that idea completely. Whatever is discussed here will be available on slides as well. So you can play the video or you can look at slides. I'm not able to locate the slide part on this. So I'm going to go over here So whatever
large
there
natural number
in
then
your
you have
syllabus
what are called as
will get
digits.
covered in a set of detailed
All
videos.
natural numbers can
Right?
be written using
Wonderful. So now that
only
we've covered the video part, I'm going to see if the testing part also works. And so there's Roman numerals available here. We see if I can take the test. Okay. If I click on take test, I reach this interface which says the outlines about the test, how you should navigate, all of that. I'm going to click on start test. Right. Which of the following is a Roman numeral for 46? You should know this. If you don't know this, you should prepare for that. So those of you who are learning, tell me what the right answer is. I'm going to click some random answer. Is that right? Check that out. And then I've answered this question. I go to next. I get to see the next question. XCIX. XCIX. What does that mean? What is this number? Figure out what that number is and then answer this. Which of the following Roman numerals is correct? VM, XD, IC, XC. What is correct? You should know this. I'm just clicking on answers. D, XXXX11. What does that correspond to? D, XXXX11. What does that correspond to? I'm just randomly clicking. Let's see what goes on. So I've done this. If you want to go to the 7th question, you can go here. If you want to go to the 9th question, you can click there. You want to come back to the 2nd question, you can come back there. Finally, you've done all of this. You want to submit this. You click on submit. Yes. Are you ready to submit or do you want to cancel? I want to submit. So I'll click on submit. Yes. I've attempted the 10 questions. I've answered 4. I've skipped the remaining 6. Submit that. I've got all 4 right because I know these questions. I know the answers, solving them. So all 4 are correct. That is my score. So I've got a grade. How did you perform? How did you invest your time? How much you spent on correct answers? How much you spent on incorrect answers? Time wasted on skipped answers. Where do you stand? How many students have already taken this? Where do they stand? So many people have taken this test and so many have scored 10 out of 10. That's a leaderboard. Right? The most interesting part, the most crucial part is not in all this, it's in this. You can click on solution. If you click on solution for each question, right, there is a, you can click on explanation. In bottom left, the same thing says explanation. Click on that. If you click on that, then a video pops out here. So whatever that question is,
which
the
of the
video
following is
explanation
a
of that
Roman
question
numeral for
will also be
46.
available here.
Before we do that,
So this question is being solved step by step, methodically, and the video is explained for that. Whatever is available as video solution is also available as slides. So every single question here, whether you have attempted it or not attempted it, will have a solution. Will have not just a solution, will have a video solution. So whatever this is completely described as a video solution. And so all 10 questions will have 10 independent videos.
Difference between D and CL,
every funda that you learn inside that is required for your class 6 or class 7 or class 8. Every concept is available as a video explanation and slide explanation. And there are a bunch of tests. For each test, each question is described in detail with a video solution. So with this system, you can pretty much cover everything that is asked or covered in your school mathematics. The learning part, practice part, testing part, getting geared for competitive exams, everything. You won't need anything else beyond this. Okay? Wonderful. I hope the outline was very clear. I'm going to step out of this, remove this display capture, go back to the video mode, and then come back to our YouTube session and then see if you have any further questions. So this is only for DAV schools. Yes, this is only for DAV schools. For the other schools, they can go to PiVerb.com and then sign up, or they can reach out to us. We'll give them a school specific idea. Can we leave now? If you have understood how to sign up, if you've already signed up, if you have taken the test, then you're good. You can leave now. Fine. Any other questions, do send it to us at karthi@piverb.com or rajesh@piverb.com. We'll be happy to answer. We also have a session, one more like this, where we teach in and describe how it is done tomorrow. Only you will teach, only I teach. I like teaching, so all the videos for all questions and all theory is done only by one person, myself, Rajesh Balasubramanian. If I'm on video, the voice is echoing. Yes, that is true, because I've switched on to show how the idea works. Will there be general questions in math? I don't understand what you're saying by that. There'll be everything that's covered in school will get covered there. Fine. If you have any other questions, drop it as a comment on this video. This video will be available on YouTube, say 4 or 5 hours from now. You can always send in a comment. We will be replying to that comment. Okay. Wonderful. I'm going to sign off now. Many thanks for having a go and looking at this whole session and being available to ask questions and have discussions. Brilliant. So it is lovely to interact with students. And so many thanks for being present. Namaste to all of you. It's not important to just attend the session. It is very important to attend the session, turn up, sign up, take a lot of tests, score 10 out of 10 and learn math brilliantly. And so please do subscribe to our channel. We plan to do a bunch of live sessions in July, August. You will know of that only if you have subscribed to the channel. Please like the videos that are there. Subscribe to the channel to get updates. We will be running live sessions also, but that will be from August, not in July. Wonderful to meet all the parents. Have a great evening. Have a great week, great weekend. We know we're all in shutdown, but we will do whatever it is possible to make sure math is covered. Math is uber crucial, so we'll cover that. Right? Please reach out to us for questions, comment on the video if you have any queries, mail us if you need some clarification or help with sign up. A lot of the people in the DAV system, DAV teachers, math teachers, principals, coordinators, they know this process. So if you can't reach out to us, please do reach out to them. They will be only too glad to help. Right? So the course is already available. Start taking tests today. There's no better day than today to start anything. And for taking test, nothing like it. Wonderful. And all the best. Have fun learning mathematics. Do reach out if you have any queries. Please do subscribe to the channel. Cheers. Good day.